What's up, guys? So, we're going to be talking about something I don't think is super controversial, other than the fact that, okay, it's very polarizing. That's what I'll say. I don't think anyone's indifferent about this one dial color. Dial color is interesting because there's definitely the I was gonna say there's the whites and the blacks, and you hope that they get along without any animosity. I have a dream. I'm joking, but black dial watches pretty much very easy to wear regardless of the situation or scenario. White dial watches also pretty easy to wear regardless. But then you get into the actual, spectral colors. And, red, obviously very in your face. That's a very bright, aggressive color. There aren't a whole lot of red dial watches. It just is what it is. And I know people are going to be like, well, the Black Bay, they have a red Black Bay. And, oh, well, I've seen this one Reverso in red. Yeah, there are red watches. It's just not a super common color because, well, it is incredibly aggressive and vibrant. But then you get into the blues. And blue is in the watch world pretty much the most wearable of the spectral colors. So if you want a little bit of pop on your wrist, but you don't want it to be super, in your face, crazy, loud, you typically choose a blue dial watch, and it kind of still is able to fly under the radar. And this is why the color we are going to focus on today, I think, was a big misstep in the current faddom of watchmaking. And we're talking about Tiffany blue. Now, for those of you who don't know, it's pretty much taking the very easily nice, kind of palatable blue dial watches that can go with every situation and making it super loud and in your face and unwearable. That's the truth of the situation for most Tiffany blue watches. Now, we are here also not only to rip on the color Tiffany blue, but to reveal the winner of this gorgeous, gorgeous watch. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's Tiffany blue there. It's more of a turquoise in this case, but I'm going to explain why this blue on this Aquaterra, which is not really listed as turquoise. It's not listed as Tiffany blue. It's listed as turquoise. Why they did it well with this dial. You can already see it's because of that fume pattern kind of breaking up the very in-your-face vibrance of that Tiffany blue. It only gets really vibrant here towards the center spindle. But guys, there are still 27 minutes to go, and your odds are very, very good. And this is the cheapest premium tier that I think Wolf Watch Club has ever done. $29.99. That's under $30 a pop, guys. Wolf Watch Club's in the comments here. Yeah, 27 minutes left to go, guys. Do not sleep. Link in the description. Please take advantage. We got Raphael from Miami. We got Uncle Reed here. We got Asher's Tribe and Lenny. He says, I just got myself an Aquaterra recently. When it comes to colored watches, I would say blue is also my favorite. But we're going to be talking about why... I don't know why Tiffany blue took blue and ruined it. That's my argument. Now, we're going to be ranking some Tiffany blue watches. I'm going to start with some that they kind of run the gamut from like very good to terrible, and then the last one we're going to talk about is the worst one ever. This live stream brought to you by my sponsor, Wolf Watch Club. Click the link in the description below and check it out. So first, we should go over the history of Tiffany blue. Tiffany blue, an iconic robin's egg color, robin being a bird, chosen by founder Charles Louis Tiffany in 1845 to adorn the cover of Tiffany's first Blue Book catalog, symbolizing luxury and rarity. Oh, very posh. Well, we have some interesting Tiffany Blue watches here. Shout out Time and Tide Watches. They have, I guess, what they consider the benchmark, which is the Tiffany & Co. Union Square, which is their little square watch. Tiffany has been making little square tank-esque watches for practically a century. Forever, they've been making these. And I think they're cool, but they also have a white dial version, and I believe they also are still selling the black dial version, and those are the ones you should get. This Tiffany Blue is stupid. It's just very ugly. I'm surprised though that they're selling an automatic for only $4,500. You'd think Tiffany would definitely try to slam it. But yeah, I don't know if I would consider this the benchmark, but I understand it is Tiffany Blue and it's produced by Tiffany. So we're gonna give this C tier, which is average. Okay, C tier, whatever. It sounds harsh, but when we're looking at S, which is the best, through F, this is, I mean, C is average. Again, it's a lot of color on your wrist, man. It's a lot of color on your wrist. Speaking of a lot of color on your wrist, the Casio. Casio was a watch that I was very, I will say, hateful towards for a long while, because I was sick of the whole Royal Oak angular bezel fad that was going on when this was released, and all those AliExpress metal kits that came out to make this look like a Royal Oak were even dumber. So I really hated it until I got a proper Casio on my wrist, a black one. A viewer sent one in for me to review. I wore it for a couple weeks and I loved it. So I really enjoyed it. Lenny says he just got a Aquaterra, but he may need a gradient turquoise on his list, and I would agree. He is speaking of this Wolf Watch Club Gorgeous Turquoise Fume, which is still available for 23 minutes. Do not miss out. So this I am honestly going to give D, and the reason why is because the color is already too much, and it is just far too much of it on your wrist. Maybe you could get away with wearing this if you're a child, but it's disgusting. D. I should give it an F, but there's something even worse. Citizen Tsuyosa. These were very popular recently. They've been getting a lot of praise, and honestly, this Tiffany Blue kind of looks pretty harmless in this application. I'm going to go ahead. I mean, I think the biggest thing people will complain about is the integrated bracelet and that it has a Cyclops. So, but honestly, for $350, an automatic Citizen with a date complication. Again, Citizen owns Miyota, so Miyota movement in there. I'm honestly going to give this B tier. I think this is probably one of the best ones we've looked at recently. These Tsuyoshas are very popular. Guys, in the comment section, let me know what you think about these. Again, I think it's pretty benign in this application. And I think what helped my palate looking at this one was looking at this one before it. I think this is disgusting. Horrendous. Okay, Swatch Omega Moon Swatch Mission to Uranus. No wonder it's called Mission to Uranus, because this one is a pile of beep. F. This is F. All my homies hate moon swatches. All my homies hate moon swatches. Why get a moon swatch when you can just enter at wolfwatchclub.com and win a moon watch when they do another moon watch drawing? Wolf Watch Club, why not? Do another one. People love speedies. These fake Speedies, it's just a money grab, guys. Don't fall for it. Don't wait in line, and do not support the resellers. I think this is stupid. Raphael just bought a ticket. Good luck to everyone. Good luck, brother. Yeah, this is F. And it's not even because of the color in this case. It's because I hate that watch with a passion. All right, Doxa Sub 200 Aquamarine. This is, I guess, also Tiffany blue, more of a turquoise. I would say also a little bit more turquoise. But I really love this. You know why? Because this is a very retro company. Doxa really pays homage to its own roots. And this application of Loud Tiffany with that vintage vibe, it does really play well. I'm going to give this A tier. I think this is a really great watch, and this is a really good color for that watch. So A tier for this. I think it really does a good job, and I think that because it is everything coalesced perfectly in this case, the case shape, the indexes, the bordering on the date window, the signage, the handset, the bracelet on this watch, the fact that it is a Doxa, and the color, it all just works. This is an A-tier watch. They did a very good job, and the fact that you can get this for around $1,000 is insane. Oris Diver 65 in cotton candy. This is more of a powder blue, which is a little bit, I would say, lighter than a true Tiffany. But you know what? This isn't for me, especially in that bronze. But I could see people liking it, and it's not the most offensive. I'm gonna give it a B. Or no. Sorry, I don't mean B. C. I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's average. I like the bronze. I think it could have done with just a white, or maybe like, you know, it would have looked cool, a tropical dial. If they did a tropical dial, which is like a faded black brown, I think it would have looked really cool, especially because this watch is not going to look like this a week after you buy it. If you wear this watch for a week, it's already going to start to show some patina. So, and that's the double-edged sword with wearing bronze watches, is that it ages as you wear it, especially it's predicated on your environment. So wherever you live, for instance, if you live in Florida, a place with high humidity, it's going to patina and show age much more quickly than if you live in a very dry environment. But either way, it's very cool. So I think that this is probably C tier, only because I really don't like the color in that case. Okay, this Breitling Super Ocean Automatic Turquoise. So this is listed as turquoise. And again, this is a bit darker than most Tiffany's, I would say. I think it actually does work in this case because of it's also kind of a blocky retro vibe going on here. I'm going to give this a B tier. Sharp watch. The color works. Most of it is honestly chapter ring. Like, most of the dial is chapter ring, I will be honest. But still, this isn't the color I would choose for a Super Ocean, but I'm going to give it B tier. That's pretty damn good, okay? This OP36 Tiffany, honestly, it doesn't look bad. I've seen these in person. I think I normally would have given this probably a B rating, but when I factor in the absolute madness that came about when this was released, and the resale and how people were going effing crazy over it, I'm dropping it down to C. This is just an average watch. It's not super offensive in person. It looks fine. It is kind of reminiscent of that Tsuyosa, the Citizen Tsuyosa. It's pretty much similar shape. It's inoffensive. It looks good. But the fact that it was so insanely sought after simply because it was a Rolex in Tiffany is mind-bogglingly stupid. So it gets a C tier. And then this Nautilus Tiffany, the 5711 1AO18. This gets F tier. And I'm going to tell you why. This is one of those stupid watches before the Cubitus, when Patek was like, we're discontinuing the 5711. Just kidding. Okay, now we're going to discontinue the 5711. Just kidding. Remember they did that like 3 times. They said they were discontinuing it, and then they released it. Well, then right before the Cubitus came out, they said they were discontinuing it, and then they just brought it back in Tiffany. Because they were like, holy crap, this color's getting really popular. Quick, 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 quick. Roll it out, roll it out. So stupid. So stupid. F tier. F. This gets an F. But there's something even worse than this. Let's see, I have another one. I forgot to put this on the list, actually. This, if you remember, this was released along with the Pepto-Bismol Pink. And I wouldn't wear the pink or this blue, but I really do like these Black Bay Chronos. So maybe someone's into this. I'm going to give this D tier, and the reason I'm going to give it D tier is because if you really want a blue Black Bay Chrono, get the boutique edition. The boutique edition blue is, and in this watch, is gorgeous. It is the perfect Black Bay chronograph. In fact, I spoke to Happy Jewelers. They had one of these. They have the Pepto-Bismol Pink. I told them, when I'm in the market to buy my next watch, which again, I'm hoping when I beat CRPS, I'm going to get the Submariner Starbucks. But I also want to get a Black Bay Chrono. I told them, I was like, dude, find me a boutique edition, and I will buy it from you when I conquer this. So that's also going to be on my list. But this one, I don't know. If you want a blue Black Bay Chrono, just get the boutique edition. Lenny Lamb just bought some tickets. Again, guys, we are here brought to you by the ultimate pseudo Tiffany dial watch, which is pretty much the only one to get, which is this AT, Omega AT. Let's refresh the page real quick because I want to see where we're at. Guys, 13 minutes left. Don't sleep on this, guys. This is, if I saw here that people were saying that the Rolex OP is just so boring, I kind of agree. This Omega Aquaterra and every Aquaterra they've ever released is the more interesting version of a Rolex OP. That is just how it is. Steel Steez says, how's your back, dude? Just joined. Should I buy ticks? First of all, yes, you should buy a ticket. And second of all, thank you for checking in on me, bro. You are such a consistent viewer of mine, and I read your comments, and you left me a very nice comment, I believe, yesterday. It is okay. I took some meds today, and I am doing okay. You said leg, rather. But here's the thing. With CRPS, it shoots all the way up my back and everything, so you're not wrong. But so far, so good today. Every minute is another battle, but you know what? We push forward, so I really do appreciate you. And you guys know now when I squirm around, it's usually because I'm trying to stop like a impulse or something, but it is what it is. So I do appreciate you checking in on me. Seriously. We got people getting some tickets and pushing through. Guys, this is very good odds. 75% sold. The people at Wolf Watch Club are like, no, but you should be like, yes, and buy a ticket because your odds are very good the less tickets they sell, okay? So take advantage and like get in now right before it ends. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like you're not competing against every ticket they have. You're competing against every ticket that is sold. So like they haven't sold out. They probably won't sell out this draw, and there's 11 minutes left. So if you get a ticket, you have a very, 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 very good chance at winning. It is what it is. It's a numbers game, guys. So don't sleep on it. Okay, so here is the worst Tiffany blue watch. It is not the Tudor, which I gave a D, and it is not this Tiffany, which are, you know, I think is very offensive because of what they did to the Nautilus by saying we're discontinuing it. Actually, we're not. Actually, we are. Actually, we're not. The most offensive Tiffany blue watch is this. The Rolex Daytona Alcaraz in turquoise lacquer. But people are calling it Tiffany. It is hideously disgusting. This is so stupid that someone at Rolex was like, let's make a disgusting, very in color and put it in precious metal and make sure that it looks like something that you would buy at some stand in the middle of Joshua Tree, where someone is selling crystals and incense and Native American art. Because you know how it's like all turquoise and stuff, like things from the 90s, right? It's all turquoise and leather with like tassels and stuff. This is what that looks like. It doesn't look high-end. It doesn't look nice or special. Even Lenny Lamb says that color combo makes me hurl, and that is putting it nicely. If I'm perfectly frank with you, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. By far the most polarizing model in the collection. Yet I've somehow softened my opinion about it. Okay, Bryce at Monochrome. I love Monochrome. They typically put out really good, consistently good content, but yeah, I think this dude was probably being nice about it because he's a writer at Monochrome. By the way, this is exactly why these big media, like watch media sites, won't hire me, because they know that the second that I have like any editorial power, I will be like, this watch sucks. Here's 10 reasons why this is the worst watch ever and why the designers should be executed by firing squad. Like I'm too much of a liability in that respect. And guess what? There's better blue options in the Daytona catalog. Just go back in time, dude. Like, you have better options. Wolf Watch Club says it looks better in person. I don't know, man. Unless you're doing a draw on one of these. Yeah, look. Aldo says raffle one. Wolf, if you're gonna do a draw on one of these, like, I'd love to see it in person, and maybe I'll change my tune. I don't think so, though. This is, it's hideous. It's hideous. But, to Wolf's credit, I have not seen this one in person yet. I still don't think that, you know, much is going to change when I get one in hand, though. Oh, okay. Wolf says, I mean the Aquaterra. Okay, good. Phew! Because I was like, bro, this is bruh. Times a million. Skibbity toilet, bruh. Uncle Reed says, have to be able to get it first. Yeah. Can you believe that this was like, this was and is incredibly sought after? Can you believe that? Money doesn't buy taste, guys. That's one thing that I've learned the older I got. Crazy. Look at this article. Baselworld 2017. Man, whenever I see the name Baselworld, it's like it shoots me back in time. Like, that's crazy. Do you guys remember Baselworld? It doesn't even exist anymore. Nuts. Oh, how the mighty hath fallen. All right, where are we? Where are we? 76% sold, guys. Your odds are good. Your odds are very, very good. 6 minutes left. Let's freaking go. 3 recent purchases from Seattle, Columbia, and Portsmouth. This is probably one of the craziest draws that I've been a part of at Wolf Watch Club, because the odds are just insane. There's still 120 tickets left, guys. So anyone here that is watching this or listening to this, you have an insane chance at getting this watch. And Wolf Watch Club can back me up here. The majority of winners are people that have purchased tickets right before the winner has been revealed. So, like, the majority of winners have, like, been the people here that are like, ooh, okay, I'm going to do it. And then randomly they win. So, take advantage of this. Sean Miller, certified T3 bot with the space laser power, says, Jory, how's Sammy doing? Sammy, how are you doing? Do you want to come say hello? She says no. So she's not doing that good. But she's doing good. I'm just kidding. She's actually here in the office today chilling. She brought me water because we are going through an insane heat wave here in California. And it's actually really sad because if you're, a fortunate person, like, thankfully, thank God, myself, I have access to, like, air conditioning. So in the office, we have air conditioning. At our house, we have air conditioning. But I was on Instagram just doom scrolling, and KTLA, which is, like, our local news station, posted that there's been, like, a record number of heat-related deaths here in Los Angeles. So, like, not in California, because California is the entire state. So that's taking into consideration, like, Death Valley and other places where it gets, like, insanely hot. But, like, in LA. So this is, like, for the most part, urban, right? And it got so bad this 1 week where we've had, like, crazy triple-digit numbers, to the point where now they're passing a law in LA that landlords and building owners have to maintain a maximum internal temperature of, I think, 82 degrees. So it can't exceed 82 degrees inside the building. So they're essentially going to force landlords to have, like, some form of automatic, like, air conditioning that the tenants do not have to pay for, which is, I don't know. I mean, I think if it's going to save people's... I'm not a huge fan of the government, like, encroaching into, like, daily life. But if that's going to, like, save people from dying of something that is very easy to, like, avoid, like, heat-related, like, heat casualties, then I think it's probably a good thing. Yeah, golf for me, too, says go to the mall or movies to cool off. Dude, that's kind of what you do when you're a kid, right? Like, in the 90s... it'd be really hot in the summer, so you just go to the mall or you go see a movie or something. But that's also a problem because nowadays the movies, it's like $50 for a ticket. It's, like, insane. More money, more problems, Adam says. Vandal Global says, I got the turquoise Fume full steel on July 20th, 2025. Love the new rubber strap one. I don't regret getting the ceramic one. I don't regret not getting the ceramic one. Just bought the bracelet for my full steel. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. There's a reason this specific one is the one to get and not the ceramic bezel. Ceramic looks really cool. It looks cool coated on the handset, looks cool coated on the indexes, looks cool coated on the the date border, right? However, although it might look cool on the bezel, the bezel is the first thing to get knocked and bumped and scraped up against things. And the issue is... ceramic shatters. Okay, it's like, that's a fact. So if you want a true rough and tumble everyday watch, get the full steel, which is right here. The ceramic bezel, which is the one that they just released recently, looks cool. Not as good of a watch in my opinion. Ceramic is a little bit more vulnerable. Someone asked, what happens if the winner is not here on the live? Wolf Watch Club just reaches out to them automatically. They don't have to do anything. They don't even have to be a follower of mine. Wolf Watch Club says, yep, we email and call. And then Wolf Watch Club says, if still no answer, we drive down to their home. How hard do you have to knock for it to shatter? You'd be surprised, man. You go on the Wolf Watch Club. If we exhaust all options, Jory decides who gets the watch. Yeah, so we already have some fine print in our agreement with one another, Wolf Watch Club and I. If no one shows up for the watch, I just get to keep it. So that's actually the only reason I'm doing these promos, is because, like, if some knucklehead wins and doesn't, like, take the watch, then I just keep it. So I'm joking, by the way, guys, because one of my haters is going to be watching this and be like, see, I knew it was a scam. This is just a way for him to keep the watch. Grow up. Grow up. But maybe in the future, Mark, if you're watching, maybe we could work something out. But yeah, the Wolf Watch Club makes it super simple. You guys don't even have to do anything. We're about to find out who won this, because the competition is over. So I am going to await the list. So I have to explain this every time, because there's new people joining here that do not know that I do not pick the winner. Wolf Watch Club does not pick the winner. It is all done via this website, okay? Right here, randomdraws.com, okay? So the way this works is Wolf Watch Club just says, I sent the list. So the way this works is they send me a CSV file, okay? And I use that file and plug it in. People are spamming fingers crossed. Lenny says fingers crossed. I upload that CSV file in to randomdraws.com. Random Draws does their whole ones and zeros thing, and they choose. Now, what's different this time, and you're going to hear me tip-tap typing away because I am uploading that file, is they are also doing runners up, okay? So it's not just the winner of the beautiful watch. It is also them celebrating up to runner-up number 10, okay? So here, I am creating the draw here. So we are going to put draw name. We're going to do Omega AT, and we'll do Fume. Organization, we do Wolf Watch Club. Okay. And we press continue. Golf for Me says, please, 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 please. Sean Miller is spamming them space lasers, baby. That's what you gotta do. Hey, you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. So here we can see that the CSV file is in fact uploaded. All right. This is the annoyingly long part, okay, where I have to make sure that I do everything correctly, because I am actually putting in what the prizes are. So the first prize is obviously that Omega AT Fume. And then, because Wolf Watch Club are a bunch of ballers, they're celebrating all of the runners up. So we are going to go ahead and plug those in right now as I talk. Guys, spam fingers crossed in the... Oh, you know what? We haven't done this in a while, but we used to do this all the time. Can we get some Boss Baby hands? Can we get some Boss Baby hands in the chat? I think whoever does the most Boss Baby hands is going to probably win. I can't guarantee that, though. Forgive me while I type, guys. Just twice a minute. Oh, okay. That's easy. Just making sure I'm doing it right, guys. Don't want to mess this up. Or else Wolf Watch Club's going to be like, what? You told prize runner-up number 10 that he's winning $1,000? What the heck, dude? We don't have that kind of money. And then you'll never hear from me again. They're just going to disappear me. They're going to Clinton me, if you will. I'm joking. Let me make sure that I have everything correct. Looks like it. Okay, cool. So, what we are going to do, Sean Miller, I don't know, he just wrote to me in Chinese. I think that that's probably hacking the system right now, because I've heard that his wife works for the Chinese Communist Party. That is what I heard! That was super racist of me, because I think she's actually Filipino. Okay, let's go. I am going to run the draw, and I am going to show you my screen right now. So he says Space Laser Magic in Chinese for Sammy. Sammy will read that after and laugh. Okay, let's see. I'm going to click the button, show you, and then pull away so that I can read the names slowly to you guys. So if you can freeze frame it, maybe you guys can see it before I do. Whew. If you saw the name, you can comment it. Runner-up, number 10, from Canada, George Demakakos. I think a Greek person. From Canada, George Demakakos, you have won $15 credit at Wolf Watch Club. Congratulations, thank you for playing. Runner-up, number 10, Chun Lam, from the United States. Chun Lam, congratulations, you have won $15. Runner-up number 8, Esteban Hermosillo. Esteban Hermosillo from the United States, you have won $15. Runner-up number 7, Gary Mund from the United States. Gary Mund, you have won $15 credit at wolfwatchclub.com. Runner-up number 6, Walid Khalaf. Walid Khalaf, you have won $15. Oh, Lenny Lamb, that's you. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Yeah, but Walid, you have won 15 buckaroos. Number 5 runner-up, Jeremy Peterson. Jeremy Peterson from the US of A. You have also won $15 credit. This is kind of crazy. Number 4, Jeremy Pedersen. So multiple order numbers. Oh, so it goes by order numbers. So Jeremy Pedersen, number 4, you have also won $15 credit. I'm going to show the screen, guys, by the way, so it's not a mistake on my part. This is randomdraws.com going via order number entry. Okay, now we're at number 3 and number 2. Number 3, runner-up, 3rd place, Glenn Metkin. You have won $40. Gary Metkin. That is credit to Wolf Watch Club. And then 2nd place winner. 2nd place, Eric Killen from the US. Eric Killen, you've also won $40. Now, drum roll, please. Drum roll. Let's see who won. Let's see who won. Mark Martin from the United States. You are going home today with an Omega Aquaterra Fume in the most wearable iteration of Tiffany, or I guess as they list it, turquoise. Congratulations, Mark Martin. That is awesome. You have an insane watch. So by the way, guys, I'm showing you here Jeremy Pedersen, or Peterson, however you want to say it, and Jeremy Peterson. So it goes by different order numbers, but that's random draws for you. So, Mark, you're here. 5 tickets purchased today by Mark. Mark Martin won. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. That is awesome. I'm very, very happy for all of you. That's insane. You guys got really, really, really cool stuff. Asher's Tribe says rigged. Well, it was done right in front of you via randomdraws.com. And I've never met Mark Martin or Jeremy Pedersen, so, but if I were to rig it, I would have rigged it on my own behalf to make sure that I'm the one that that wins. But yeah, so guys, normally I would be announcing the next watch that Wolf Watch Club is going to do a draw for, but they're shutting down. That's right. This was the last draw, and Wolf Watch Club's just, is just, they're going out of business. They've given away too many really expensive watches at too good of a price, and now they're done. No, I'm joking, but they are taking a short break, and they want me to let you know that they are kind of working on upgrading the next step for Wolf Watch Club. And they're going to be trying out different things, kind of brainstorming stuff. And they're going to be looking at different formats. So I talk to you guys about this all the time, and you see it with the content that I put out. I'm always trying different series, different formats, different kinds of content output on various platforms, whether it be here on my podcast or on Instagram. And listen, Wolf Watch Club is doing the same thing. And so they're trying things, and I have a list right here. Not only are they looking at new watches, because they kind of went through a batch for you guys now, they're picking out some really, really crazy watches. I've gotten a list that they've been kind of pulling from, and you guys aren't going to want to, you're not going to want to miss out on any of the watches that are coming down the line here. But also, they're looking at potential like Midnight Madness draws, small pool exclusives, so these might be like really crazy watches for the big players, and they're going to be working out the kinks and doing even better reward programs. So they kind of tested the loyals and royals. They've done the runner up, and we have a few winners of the runner up here today. But they're going to be kind of streamlining everything, getting better watches, and figuring out more exciting ways to bolster up the club. Because if there's one thing that I think is really, really cool, it's that this isn't just a game. Wolf Watch Club really is a club of watch enthusiasts. And these guys, believe me, they eat, sleep, and breathe watches the same way that I do. And I think it's really, really cool. So, yeah, congratulations, Mark. Congratulations, Lenny Lamb, for winning a few bucks. And, yeah, we'll be coming out with some more Wolf Watch Club content very near, or I should say very soon in the near future. All right, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. If you have any, I would say, comments, concerns, ideas, leave it, please, here in the comment section, or you can email info@wolfwatchclub.com. That is info@wolfwatchclub.com. Or if you choose to DM them directly, you can write to them on Instagram @Wolf Watch Club. And honestly, guys, if you just feel more comfortable writing to me, you can do that too, and I'll pass it along. So feel free to comment here or DM me directly, and I'll make sure that it gets to someone. Yeah, dude, Gregory Lewandowski, Mr. Starbucks himself, another winner a couple weeks back, is here. All right, guys, I will catch you later. Love you guys. Peace.